Today on Tanaka Homestead, I'm going to show you how to store your sweet potatoes. We harvested our Georgia Jet sweet potatoes about 2.5 weeks ago. Living here in Central Florida, there are plenty of varieties that you can grow. Some popular ones would be Centennial and Beauregard, which I've grown before, and even a Japanese variety, which is an all-purple yam, has purple skin and purple flesh, which I grew this year and I was very excited about. Now this year, we grew our sweet potatoes in grow bags. We've done it before, but prior to this, I tend to plant my sweet potatoes in the ground. Either way, it's very cumbersome. And you know that if you don't get all of those tubers out of the ground, you'll get little surprises throughout the year. But with that being said, with all the work that you put in, and as rewarding as it is to get all those sweet potatoes, you want to make sure that you store them properly, because if you don't, then you kind of put in all that work for nothing. So let's talk about how to store those sweet potatoes that you harvested. There are certain things to consider when you're storing your sweet potatoes. The first thing is you want to make sure you store them in a cool location. A lot of people will store their sweet potatoes in a cellar or in a basement, but unfortunately in Florida, we just do not have access to that because we would be underwater. I store my sweet potatoes in my pantry, although I have stored them in my closets before. Either way, I've never had any issues. So just make sure, inevitably, it's cooler where you store them compared to the outside. That's very important. The other thing is to make sure that the space that you put them in is well ventilated and dry. You definitely don't want it to be stagnant, and you want to make sure that there's no moisture around because that can mess with your potatoes. And finally, you want to make sure that there's no direct sunlight. So keep the sunlight out of the picture. Here are all the sweet potatoes that have been curing for the past 2.5 weeks. Now I'm going to go ahead and get them stored in boxes, and I'm going to put them in my pantry. Have you ever heard the phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat? Not that I'm promoting that, I'm just saying. Everybody stores their sweet potatoes differently. I have found that as far as longevity and storing them for months, this method has worked well. But some people will stack their sweet potatoes, put them in baskets, put them in cardboard boxes, and they do perfectly fine. As long as it is dry, cool, well ventilated, and no direct sunlight, you should be good. But what I like to do is use cardboard boxes and wrap my sweet potatoes in newspapers and put them in a single layer. This has worked very well for me. And then I put them in my pantry, and then I take them out as I need them. Here are my sweet potatoes. So that is all that I could fit in this box, but I have quite a few more boxes and quite a few more potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and continue wrapping. Here are all of my sweet potatoes fully wrapped, and I have them separated based on size, based on look. I have a lot of my small sweet potatoes in this box. I will use those in stews and different things like that. And then I separated this section of this box out for any sweet potatoes that were split. But all of these sweet potatoes look beautiful, and boy, I am so eager to eat them. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my pantry. It took some maneuvering, but by golly, we got all 4 boxes in here, including this box with the split potatoes and the smaller potatoes in it. So we're doing pretty good. The oven is already on, and I'm going to go ahead and put one of my potatoes in so I can try it. Look at that beautiful sweet potato. This is the result of hard labor, and boy, is it worth it. Let's try it. I am very excited about eating this. Let's try it. It's a little hot. Excellent. Very sweet, very smooth, very rich. I'm thrilled. If all my sweet potatoes taste like this, we'll be all right. Thank you so much for watching our channel. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, and happy gardening. Bye-bye.